So that's looking pretty good. It's running pretty well. So what else are they complaining about? Looks like we are not approved to build a clinic yet. And the reason for that is, first, before we can really get into some of our higher level civics, we're going to need to set ourselves up with a town hall. So we already set up this as sort of a road for sort of government buildings and the like. So I think, what do we want to do? Let's put our town hall right there, right smack dab in the middle. And that will make our Sims and our shop owners very happy. Finally, they want us to name our city. So I already have a name in mind, and we're gonna call it New Fluffy Town. Hopefully, there's some fans of Community out there, as I will unabashedly take the name. So there we go. Cool. So now that we've got that going on, let's take a look. It's going to show us how many residents we've got. Not too many, about 400. And it looks like they stopped complaining about wanting healthcare. Maybe that's because we took care of the sewage. So, let's see. Oh, what's going on? Oh, what does that mean? Okay, that means we got some sick Sims. Oh, yeah, look at this. Definitely got some sick Sims. Well, let's, I don't really want to give them healthcare yet, but, guess we're gonna have to. And, I'm gonna probably put this down. Definitely want to make sure to give it some room, and you guys will find out why in just a little while. Yeah, go ahead and tell us about the budget panel. Why not? So there we go, budget panel. Okay, you can see we appear to be making a fairly good amount of money this far. It's kind of a thing I've noticed about this game. It's not too difficult to balance your budget in it, which I kind of like. It means that you're likely going to be in the green most of the time. Sometimes you might have to wait to save up for building a particular building because they're pretty expensive, but yeah. And of course we can take out some loans. Nice. Fairly simple, and it's telling us how much money we have, which is not a lot because we just built them a hospital. Let's take a look at it. Looks like they can treat up to 10 patients. It's not a lot, and they've only got one ambulance, so hopefully that'll do the trick. We got a little bit of traffic building up down here, mostly because this is the only road that our Sims really have to get anywhere, and we got our ambulance, of course, is responding to someone being injured. Alright, yeah, we have a little bit of problems with traffic, so to fix that, we're gonna get right in here and we're just gonna upgrade these streets. Which, as you guys can see up close, you can very quickly see what makes a difference. Obviously, these side streets can only are only obviously two-way. Each only have 2 lanes, obviously, and these have 4 lanes, so they can accommodate a lot more people. So, yeah. So I think, what are you complaining about now? Not enough freight consumers. That's pretty much telling us that they want more businesses. In particular, our industrial zones up here need some more businesses to sell their goods to. So we'll just give a nice little stretch there. Very nice. Okay. Probably about time to start giving ourselves some more people. I think I'm gonna sort of just have a little bit of fun with this and sometimes a little bit finicky about where it wants to go. This road is twisty and windy. I'm going for something a little more organic, I think. But I don't know about the town you guys grew up in, but the town I grew up in often had these streets off the main highway where you would start going into some neighborhoods. So let's put in some neighborhoods. Obviously, this is not, by any stretch of the imagination, the most efficient city planning, but I'm not really going for efficiency so much as sort of an organic sort of feel. With sort of lots of different neighborhoods just sort of shooting off from our main road. And I don't really want to connect that, because I'm a little worried if I do connect that, it will create problems for us. So yeah, that done, let's put in some more, just a few more houses, neighborhoods. I definitely like how all of these buildings curve a lot more naturally to the contours of things than in SimCity 4. You'd end up, oftentimes in SimCity 4, you'd end up with a lot of weird looking buildings that are built up on stilts, basically. This is a little bit more natural, which I kind of like. We're going to increase our population by a good amount here because we need people. More people, more people, more people. Obviously there's a lot of traffic in here at the moment, but that's only because we got moving trucks coming in. Well, let's make a curved road. I'm mostly going with sort of low density stuff to start with because, frankly, again, I don't know about you guys, but side streets where I come from, they were not 4-lane roads by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just sort of making cul-de-sacs and fun shapes and just sort of experimenting with what I can do with the roads. As I could go with a very efficient grid system, but I don't know. It's probably the most efficient way to go about it. But I don't know if I want to go for efficiency here on my first playthrough of the beta. So yeah, just got ourselves a fairly decent amount of these. And I think we're gonna actually extend this out a bit. I'm gonna have some problems connecting up with this road, but that'll do it. Got a little, oh, what were those called? Court. A court, yeah. We have a ton of traffic building up right in here. Again, that's because of all the moving vans. Ooh, this is getting pretty bad. Look at this. Alright, so it's probably time to give our Sims another way out of this neighborhood. And I think what we're going to do is just connect this up like so. And then give ourselves basically... Oh, that's kind of crazy. Definitely want to make sure that our town hall has room to grow. That's going to be important. Just give our Sims another avenue, basically, to travel. Hopefully they'll start working. Now, unlike in SimCity 4, SimCity 5 is not really based on travel times so much it is on traffic flow. In SimCity 4, Sims often would get really upset when it took them a long time to get to their job because they would sort of look for what they consider to be the best route, and what they consider to be the best route often wasn't. So it could cause some problems sometimes, but in this game it works a little bit differently. Namely, the Sims, instead of being so worried about trying to get the fastest route, they're going to try to take whatever route will sort of give them the easiest flow of traffic, which is kind of interesting. It's pretty different. Okay, looks like now that our moving vans have sort of relaxed a little bit, we had a lot of stuff moving in really all at once. Our traffic has cleared up between that and adding in this sort of side road. Let's upgrade that as well. Cool. I like it. And you know what? I'm sorry, but eminent domain demands that I build a road cutting through your houses. I can be a kind and benevolent mayor, but sometimes these things do not call for kindness and benevolence. They call for bold action. Alright, what do you want? What's your problem? Unemployment. Okay, we got a new surge of people, so obviously they're going to be pretty upset. What does the town hall want? Okay, they want us to get 2,500 residents. We're actually pretty close to that already. So yeah, sure, I'll take that mission. How are we doing on money? We're still making money. We don't have a lot of it, but we are making money. So I think it's time to expand out our industry a bit. Definitely could use some more of that. And again, I think with my industry, I'm going to go a little more of a traditional grid pattern. Why? Because it makes a certain amount of sense. Factories are going to require a little bit more organization and sort of design than our more natural neighborhoods. I can be a little bit fancy with it too. I don't have to grid everything out perfectly. It looks like we got our 2,500 people and we satisfied our mission there. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Doing things a little differently. There are plenty of hotkeys I could be using. There we go. Hold down control, you'll pretty much fill up a street line. Yeah. There we go. That should do the trick, and hopefully that'll give still plenty distance between our residential areas and our industrial zones. Get kind of an aerial view here, sort of see what's going on. Did we not? That's strange. Forgot to put some residences in there. Alright, so they're probably also going to want a bit more commercial. So, let's see how we want to do this. You know, I had originally planned this as sort of a central road for some sort of government services, that sort of thing, but I think we're going to add in some more businesses down here as well. And I'm just going to sort of fill the whole line in for now. And some more along here. I'm going to leave this area open, because again, I definitely want to leave myself a little bit of room for that stuff. Might be beneficial too, to first of all, upgrade this stretch of road. It's going to be one of the more... word failure. More used streets, hopefully. So people will go pretty much along this line and down here to do their shopping. And maybe there's a couple businesses. No, I think I'm going to leave that as is for now. I think that this road is going to stretch off into some more neighborhoods down here. We can obviously fill out this area down here with some more neighborhoods. Thus far, it looks like they still want... Okay, yeah, they still want commercial zones. Look at this traffic. Look at that. Ooh, it's getting pretty bad. We don't even have that many people, and it's already kind of a problem. What's your problem? We'll work for change. Oh, upgrade. Let's check out our new city hall. Very cool. I like it. And let's take a look at our first upgrades. In SimCity 5, or SimCity as this is called, a lot of buildings have a little customization to them, and obviously some things are a little more cosmetic, like our City Hall sign, and but there are also going to be upgradable sort of buildings and such. So the only one that's available in the beta, I believe, should be the Department of Finance, which you can see will grant us the ability to tax wealth levels independently, which is cool. I don't know if I want to build that yet, though, because we only have about 18,000 simoleons, and that's not quite enough. Check to make sure our hospital can manage still. I'm going to slow it down for a second, just sort of get an idea of what our traffic patterns are like. I definitely like how a lot of these things are pretty much, you know, you can see what's going on, obviously, just by clicking on a particular area. You know, oh, okay, this is the power layer, and it's going to show us power while we have our options for power plants, and etc. Happiness on our while we're on our government panel. So very, very useful. And of course, there's all sorts of fun data layers that we can check out. You can see where sewage is. Obviously, this stuff is producing quite a large amount of ground pollution. That's why we have it pretty far away. Managing our sewage pretty well. How do we... There we go. Lots of fun things to sort of check out. We're having some serious problems with traffic right in here. So I think we're going to need to give our Sims a couple more ways to come through here. Seems like the low density streets are very, very low density. Like extremely low density. Not a lot of cars can really travel on them. So let's upgrade you. See what that does to some of our traffic patterns. The downside of going for sort of a more organic sort of traffic design. And this sort of becomes a little bit more major of a road. It's coming together rather nicely, and we are making a good amount of cash flow. Let's take a look at our specialization. This is obviously also new to this game, is the idea of your cities can specialize in different kinds of things. For example, you could build a city that's all about mining, or drilling for oil, or creating high-tech electronics and computer parts and that sort of thing. Being a culture city. Looks like the only thing that we can do in the beta here is become a gambling city, and frankly, gambling produces a ton of money, and I kind of want some money. So let's see where we might want to set ourselves up a little bit of a casino strip. And I kind of like the idea of it being pretty close to the highway, because this is our main source of where people are going to be coming in and where we're going to get tourists from. So cool. And definitely lots of stuff we can add to this. Again, I don't have that much money, and I want to save up for something else before we really get deep into the gambling house. Namely, I want to pop back over here and let's see here. Give us a police station, because we're going to start needing police very, very soon. But look at that price tag. So we're going to have to kick it up into cheetah mode and let the simulation sort of run for a little bit. Keep an eye on our traffic. We're getting quite a bit in here. Obviously, lots of shops in here, so a lot of traffic. And green is still fine. Don't be too alarmed by saying, "Uh-oh, green." No, that's okay. But we are getting a little bit of yellow in here, and that's not good. So I'm just going to no. I wanted to turn. The nice thing I have to say, because of the way that traffic works in this game, I'm trying to. This tool is not the easiest to use, I have to say. Actually, I wonder if we turned off the guides. I wonder if it would be. Hey, look at that! Yes. Point of note: the guides are very useful, but they are going to cause you problems if you're trying to use the freeform curvy road tool. So just click those off and you can click them back on. It's very good to know. I honestly had not known that before. I think what we're going to do too, maybe do an offshoot to connect to this road. That way, as we get more neighborhoods over here, they can use this road and work up here. Alright, we've got a new problem. They want us to deal with garbage. Yeah. And I've already planned for that. Do not worry. We're just going to stick that basically off in the corner of our city where it will be forgotten and no one will be upset. Excellent. I am going to pop in here and I'm going to give them one more garbage truck. And you can see we did our first little add-on to our building, and we can put it, you know, this is why these buildings want a decent amount of room, because there's lots of room for expansion. And if this ever filled up, our dump site here, we can even expand out this road basically as a service road and give ourselves even more area for this to occupy, which I think is completely awesome. I think that's my favorite part about this game. Alright, how are we doing on money? How's our casino doing? Alright, so it looks like they want some hotels, so it is making a little bit of money, but we're starting to have power issues. As you can see, our one wind turbine is having a hard time keeping up with their input, and we're actually losing megawatts, so just like our other buildings, we're going to pop in here and take a look at what we've got. We got moderate amount of electricity. I don't necessarily think we're going to need that much, so I'm just going to put down another one of these small turbines. Cool. It's kind of interesting. I just finished recording my Monday episode of my FTB series, and I did stuff with wind power in that as well. So, interesting, right? Stay tuned for that. That should be out tomorrow once you guys are watching this. So I'm mostly just waiting to see for, you can see the power is finally getting in here, and it needs more than our buildings over here, so it's slowly getting charged up. We're making a decent amount of profit. It's not a ton, but that will jump up quite a bit once we start upgrading this and giving tourists a place to stay. And I think we're gonna pop some rooms right onto the back of there, and those are pretty cheap. It's not too bad. Let's give them plenty of places to stay. And let's go ahead and expand our options. Let's see. Trying to decide what exactly we want to put in here. Let's go with some blackjack tables. Blackjack could be fun. And sure, also some nickel slots. Got ourselves, obviously we've reached the limit of what we can do with this casino, mostly because we put on a hotel, we put on a couple hotels, and some stuff, so there we go. How's our power? We're still at a deficit of power. Yeah, our poor little wind farm is not quite cutting it for what our casino demands. Seems like casinos demand a lot of power, which makes a certain amount of sense. Casinos do devour energy. Very nice. What's our RCI like? It looks like we got a little bit of demand for some commercial, but we got a lot of demand for some residential, so we're gonna keep on zoning. And let's see. Now that I know to not have our guidelines on for doing these kind of free-form roads, that's definitely helpful. Crazy, crazy designs. Why not, I say. Now I'm probably going to want a bit of a road here, because otherwise we're going to be wasting a bit of space, and we don't really want to waste space. At least we want to waste as little space as possible. We're already going to be wasting a certain amount of space. I think we'll put some more businesses right along here.